this one. I mean, we have a lot to talk about with
we're already
this.
live. You know what I'm saying? We're already.
We are.
Well, we're not.
Hey,
we're not
hey,
live. Yeah, we're not live.
Hey,
We're
hello
recording.
there, hello there,
Hey,
hello
hey,
there.
oh, hey, dude. So let's get on with this, man. This is episode
Hey, wait,
4.
Split decision. I just wanted to say it one time.
Hey, you want to give the intro? Go ahead.
Hey, welcome to Split Decision, everybody, where all your UF fantasies are discussed in detail.
Hell of an intro. Don't worry. We'll train him up, Chad. It's all good. All right. Episode 4 of Split Decision coming at you. We finally have something to fucking talk about. We finally have a good card. It's been like a month and a half, dude, to be honest with you. Even though 2 cards ago, their first free one was okay, but again, just not much to talk about beforehand. But this, my good friends, is UFC 273. And we have 3 of the best fights that we've had, at least the most compelling fights that we've had in a long time. And namely, that's in Khamzat Chimeav taking on Gilbert Burns, number 2 in the world at welterweight. Huge fucking fight. A lot of hype coming in for Khamzat Chimeav. So this will be. We'll get into that a little bit later. And then we got Aljamain Sterling and Peter Yan going at it. Another huge rematch after that illegal knee that he landed. Even though there's a lot of controversy leading up to that, whether or not Aljamain was doing well, doing poorly, who the hell knows? All we know is the man's got a fake belt, and Peter Yan was basically gifted an interim title because they wanted to keep a belt on the guy who's actually the fucking champion. Thank God for that, Dana. And then in the main event of the evening, we have a Alexander the Great Volkanovski, 23-1, just one of the best featherweights, of all time, just an absolute stud. This guy used to weigh 400 pounds. Did you know that?
What? 400 pounds?
Maybe not 400 pounds, but he used to play rugby, and he was like 300 plus, I think. Let me just double check here before I...
Volkanovski.
Dude, look it up right now. Yeah, look it up right now. Everybody, chat, look it up right now if you don't know. Look at Alexander.
The guy is like a little elf. Did you watch him on The Ultimate Fighter, bro, when he like punked Ortega and was like sitting up on the shelf with all those clocks?
Dude,
and
he was
holding
that shit in a long time.
Dude, he was like a little elf on the shelf, bro. I'm telling you.
Damn. Dude, Volk used to be ripped, though. Yeah, he played rugby.
Hey, I'm not fighting Volkanovski. I could call him elf on the shelf.
He's probably a good, like, 230 there, maybe. Yeah, he's pretty thick, though.
But then he'll wreck your ass.
But anyway, this man's taking on a deserving opponent, I think. I like Chan Sung Jung. I've always liked him. I don't know if he's good enough, but you know what I mean? We'll get into that later again. I just wanted to lay out the fucking evening for you guys. We also got 2 other fights that are coming before that. Pikel, you said his name was? Pikel and fucking Mark Madsen. They're fighting whoever these fucking guys are.
Pickle.
Yeah, Pickle. I mean, he's up on it now. He was going to be on the prelim beforehand, but then obviously Gaslam got cycled out twice.
Is that what we're doing? Are we kicking it off over here?
I mean, I'm just giving him a breakdown real quick, buddy. And then you got Mackenzie Dern and Tisha Torres right after that as the curtain jerker the second night of the fight. But I think we want to get into... I don't think we have much to say about the Pikel or Madsen. You know what I mean? Like, these guys weren't even really supposed to...
Okay,
you want to go for it? Chop it up. I know we said he wanted to win the recharge.
I'm looking at Madsen.
Yeah, he's got a good record.
He's got some Olympic medal.
Yeah.
Something. He's like holding up a medal in a picture over here. So like, and he's coming in like undefeated.
Record,
I always get a little like excited about people that are like coming in undefeated, but. You know, this guy's 37, so I don't know what he's his last win was against Clay Guida, so like I don't know what the fuck to think about this. But like he's
also like 40.
Yeah, that's what I just said.
Yeah.
Thanks, Kyle.
Well, he's like 40 years old,
but but I don't know.
There's just not much to say about it.
Yeah, there's not much to say about it. There's the Pickle guy who all these guys have like semi decent like stat or like wins and losses. Like I don't know what to think about any of these people.
I mean, have they been tested? I mean, if I'm looking at Pickle's record right now, there's not a single name on there that I can go, okay, that guy's definitely top 5. I mean, he's got Jim Miller. That's it. That's the most reputable name. And I like Jim Miller, but he's also been fighting for fucking 20 years since I was fucking in diapers. And the motherfucker's 40 now, and he just beat him recently in 2020. Like, this isn't the Jim Miller of old. And Jim Miller of old was never a world beater anday, so what the fuck?
Right.
So, like, you've got basically unknown versus unknown.
Who are these guys? Greyer Gillespie, he was a weird little fucker. Like...
Okay, well, fair enough. Fuck him. Yeah, he was a weird little fucker, I guess. But like you're saying, with Mark though, he is a silver medalist, which is definitely that's high credentials. Obviously, coming into fucking any mixed martial arts fight, I mean, silver medalist.
Anybody that's an Olympic medalist in wrestling, you should watch out for. you should watch out.
100%.
I mean,
they can dictate where that fight
fucking
plays.
Randy Couture could take down Tim Sylvia at 40 or 41, whatever, you always got to watch out with the wrestling guys, bro. You always got to watch out with because I feel like if all else fails, you could always just pin a guy down for like 3 rounds and scrape out a unanimous decision, you know?
It gives you the ability to dictate where the fight happens.
Yes. It is a very, very, very important base to have. So
I mean, you've heard it many times. You know, if you're going to be a mixed martial artist, the best base to start with is wrestling. Again, that was like 15 years ago we were hearing that, so maybe there's like some fucking sambo out there that's better base. We'll never know that. All we know that is wrestling is basically the bloodline of grappling in MMA. You know? And wrestling mixed with jiu-jitsu, obviously, but which he probably has jiu-jitsu credentials as well. But the fact that he's got such a stout base already in Greco wrestling.
Somebody's gonna like come up with some like bird kung fu, like bird style, where you like come in and like that's gonna be the.
You see new submissions and shit like that getting invented all the fucking time, man. Like all the time. A lot of them have like the gi that are involved in it, but like the fact that it's still evolving is fucking important. Like that keeps
right.
I mean, I don't know who the hell's gonna win this fight. I don't know who the hell's gonna bet on this fight. I'm certainly not betting on this goddamn fight. So God bless you. God bless you if you want to take a pick. You know, but I have no idea who Vic Piquel is.
I'm leaning towards.
I know that he gave the interview the other day.
I'll make a pick for this one. I'll make a pick for this one. I'm leaning towards.
Madsen?
Actually, I'm leaning towards Madsen because Pickle goes to unanimous decision a lot, and I feel like if he's one of those decision fighters and like just grinds out rounds, I feel like the better wrestler might be able to dictate the rounds better. You know, like if this guy was knocking people out, I'd be like, oh, okay, man, he's probably gonna knock the old guy out. You know what I'm saying? But that's not happening. He's going to decision, so the old guy is probably just gonna wrestle him and control him for 3 rounds. I don't know if this fight's gonna be exciting either. Who knows? These guys might just the fights I've been seeing recently. Sometimes you put 2 bums against each other, and then they throw like they're like this is their last fight or whatever. Some people are just looking to entertain these days. You got Gaethje, you got Chandler, you got like I don't know. You got all these people that now you're hearing like Patty. I don't even want to fight anybody top 10, top 15, or whatever the fuck he's saying. Like, what do you just want to come here and like entertain, bro? Go work in the WWE. You gotta bring some championship. You gotta bring some competitiveness to the UFC. You don't just come in here and stroll around and like put on. You know what I'm saying? Like you can do that on your way to becoming great. But don't just come in here like you're some entertainer.
You do
bitches.
That. You do that when you earn it. You do that when you've earned it.
Yeah. You can dance when you're Anderson Silva. You know what I'm saying? Like,
or just like an accomplished fighter. I don't know. You don't have to be the best.
I don't know. I'm getting all riled up now.
No. I mean, like when just to sort of take this road with you down this Paddy Pimblett story. I hated the fact that he said that too. Just because it's like his 3rd or 2nd fight in the UFC, and you're already saying, hey, I'm avoiding top 10s and 15s until you pay me more money. Like, dude, you haven't beat a single one of them. You haven't beat any of these guys. You haven't beat anybody reputable yet in the UFC, and you're already doing... Nah, dude. You got to earn that shit. There's a reason why... There's a reason why, like, you see unions. They're run by, like the top of the line fighters are like OG guys who've been there, veteran people, you know what I mean? Then they surround themselves with like a smarter team around them. But those guys have reputation within the sport. You're fucking Paddy Pimblett, dude. Like no one knows you yet. You're a barstool athlete. You've won 2 fights. You look good, but guess what? You got to give me time and you got to give me much more entertainment before I'm gonna get on that fucking ship with you and go, oh yeah. Don't fight top 10s and top 15s. Like think about this. Think about if Dana White was just like offer him, hey, I'm gonna offer you the 5th ranked guy in the world. I want you to fight him, and you're not even in the top 15 yet, or he might be.
And he was like, you're not paying me enough.
Imagine that, dude.
Fuck,
you want to get paid? Go beat that top 15. You want to get paid? Beat number 5, bitch, and then I might bump you a little bit. But anyway, we're getting off topic with Paddy. But yeah,
or you should be people out with cartwheels or some shit. I don't even know what to tell you.
The point is he just got to earn it, and he hasn't earned shit yet. That's all I'm going to say.
But anyways, Madsen might take this one. Madsen might take this one. I like what you said. That's my prediction.
It's agreeable.
I got some sense behind it.
It's agreeable. You know. I like the fact that you know, decisions for this guy, so he's obviously not sparking people with knockouts. He was knocking everybody out before the UFC, but that doesn't fucking bother me. That doesn't bother me. I mean, you're getting this unanimous decisions against bums. Roosevelt Roberts. What? You know what I mean?
Is this the Civil War?
Yeah, what are we doing here? Austin Hubbard? Excuse you? You should be
Hubbard
fucking
in
clubbing
the
this
cupboard?
guy. So I like what you said about Madsen. That's a solid pick. That's a solid pick. If I was a betting man,
that makes sense sometimes.
I'd lean him. Every now and then a blind squirrel finds a nut. You know what I mean? And then you got Mackenzie Dern and Tisha Torres. Now, obviously, Mackenzie Dern's got a ton of hype behind her when she came into the UFC. She lost early on in her career, but then she showed a little bit of a solid mentality in terms of winning the next 4 fucking fights in a row. So there's adversity there.
She didn't pull Ronda Rousey,
and run away. Yeah, exactly. Or anything like that. Like, she took that shit on the chin and was like, all right, I'm going to keep fucking moving here and beating the next chick up. You know, next one in my path. She recently just lost to Mariana Rodriguez. Kind of a weird fight, but like, the thing about Mackenzie Dern is she's so qualified outside of just strict MMA. The amount of gold medals she has, the amount of accolades she has.
Ridiculous.
She's a world-class grappler, and it almost speaks to how well the evolution of women's MMA, that she's sort of struggling, because maybe 10, 15 years ago, if she was at this point in her career, you know, it's still pretty young. How old is she? She's got to be like in her 20s.
29.
Yeah, she's still in her 20s. She's my age. So if she was just born like 15 years before and it was still 29, she might have been the best fighter in her fucking division, just because she's so goddamn good at this one aspect. I mean, you saw that with Ronda Rousey, right? Ronda Rousey was a grappler, judo practitioner, had a fucking armbar, world class up until she finally, walked into the Lion's Den with some actual mixed martial artists. But again, you know, this speaks to like the evolution that women's MMA and MMA in general is taking. That a woman that's this highly skilled in a very particular aspect of the sport is not struggling, but she's got road bumps. She's not just destroying everybody. She's got road bumps, which means.
And I don't even know. I don't know if Mackenzie Dern is necessarily like struggling right now. Like she's got
bumps
two
in the road. Bumps in the road.
And I've seen more amazing things like we've talked about before. Rose Namajunas. Right. She had a very weird record for a while. It was like 7-4 or like 8-4 or something like that. You know, but like she's been able to rise to the occasion and like become champion and like surprise everybody. I have so much respect for Rose. So like, yeah, a couple losses, man. That's not really.
Like I said, she lost. She lost to Rebus, and then she won 4 straight. Like, she lost
tonight. She's got to win. Tonight she's got to win. You know what I'm saying? And I'd like to see some hot jiu-jitsu.
I think it's a big opportunity for her to get her name out there even more, just because she's on such a big card, right? Like, she's surrounded by a lot of big names right now. And this is just a huge opportunity for her to sort of, hey, cement my legacy. Let me cement my legacy as like a contender in this fucking division. Let me go out and destroy Tisha Torres, who's already a reputable name in the division. And I think that's what she needs to do to sort of take that next step in the career, to sort of get into that top 5, top 3 type of situation. At least getting her name credible enough to where it's not, oh my God, you're just throwing the new hot chick in the UFC at the fucking champion. You know what I mean?
And then you got like Tisha.
A legitimate. You go for it, Tisha.
Yeah, you got Tisha Torres, which I don't know how to feel about her because
13-5. I mean,
she's faced. Okay, so she went through like a losing spell, right? Four in a row back in 2018, 19. But like the people she lost to
some of the best.
Andrade,
some of the best.
Joanna, Whaley. I don't know who Marina Rodriguez is, but
she's the one who just beat Mackenzie Dern in her last
fight. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I don't know. Like, it looks like she's definitely not ready for like elite level competition.
Right. She lost to Rose. She lost to Jessica. She lost to Joanna. Yeah. She lost to Zhang, and that's like literally 4 of your last like 5 dominant women champions in the previous era before like the Rose.
But she did just win like 3 in a row. So I don't know, is she like getting it together? Is she have like a new camp? Has she made some changes? I don't know. Is she just like back to fighting bums and she's doing decent again?
She
like
Beck Rollins. The thing she beat Beck Rollins and Michelle. Beck Rollins is a WWE star now, so get the fuck out of my face with that.
I think Mackenzie Dern needs to beat Tisha Torres. I don't think
anyone's expecting Tisha Torres to beat Mackenzie Dern. I don't think so. This is like set up for Mackenzie Dern to win. I think so.
Right.
It's like perfect for her to win.
I feel like Mackenzie Dern has everything riding on this, and like Tisha Torres doesn't really have that much to lose. She's on a 3-fight win streak. If she wins one now, it's probably not that big a deal. I don't think they'll end her contract. You know, like she could get back in there. I don't think she's gonna be champion. So like she's probably gonna be a journeyman, like a women's, journeyman or whatever.
Look at her. Look at the way she's winning these fights too. She has 11 decisions.
Decision. Dude, are you turning in for decision? Dude, Demetrius Johnson was decision. Like,
of her 18 MMA matches, 16 of them have gone to decision, dude. You're just
finish some fights, girl.
You're just boring. You're boring, and you're not that talented. I'll say it. You're not that talented. I don't know. A talented fighter at this level has the ability to finish a motherfucking fight. You know what I mean? Has the ability to do that at least several times throughout her career. If she's already fought 18 fucking times, and 4 of them were outside the UFC, I believe, which means fucking 14 of them are in the UFC. Like, I don't understand like how you.
Some of these women just don't have knockout power, bro.
Yeah,
like,
but they can grapple. Get some submissions, man. The art of submissions is not lost on the world, man. I love grappling matches, so like, throw me some submissions. What are you doing? Does she have any? Does she have any credentials? She's a fucking black belt in karate, a black belt in taekwondo, and a blue belt in jiu-jitsu. So obviously she's got a little stand-up backing on her credentials. Right. That's where she wants to live, I would assume. But that doesn't define you as this is the only way I can get finishes. You should have finishes everywhere. If you want to be a good rounded fighter.
We're not excited about Tisha Torres. Like Mackenzie, like I said, and Mackenzie Dern's got everything. Yeah, we got Mackenzie Dern's got everything riding on this fight. She needs to win it. Like this is a good stepping stone for her. But we're excited about Mackenzie Dern. You know what I'm saying?
This is 13 versus 7. So this is there's a lot of swapping that can go on here. But yeah. I think Mackenzie Dern takes us. Probably submits her in like the second round, I would assume.
Yeah. I mean. Yeah. So we'll see about that.
Yeah. And now it is time to get into the the main event before the main events, if we can use that as a terminology here.
We got like 3 main events tonight.
Chimeav versus Gilbert Burns. All right, I have a lot to say about this matchup. So if you want to take it right off the rip and get your hits in here, go right for it, Chief. I'll let you lead into this one.
All right. So first of all, I got the parlay going on with Khamzat. I got the Khamzat, the Jan, and the Volkanovski parlay going on tonight. So hopefully that hits. For good luck. I don't know. Is that my good luck? Is that our good luck noise?
It is now. It is now.
Okay.
It is now.
Yeah, I mean, kind of like the Mackenzie Dern fight, this is Khamzat's like fight to win. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's been talking a big game. He's been coming, like, dude, he's been making it sound like he should kill this guy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
he's making it seem like he's gonna run right through Gilbert Burns.
Yeah. Gilbert Burns is gonna be done, and I could see it. Like, I could see Khamzat coming in, like taking down. Khamzat's like very long, like got a very long torso, almost like Michael Phelps looking kind of guy. Like he's got that long torso. Yeah. And I have a belief he'll be able to generate a lot of like torque with like that big long muscular torso. Like leverage. He'll be able that's his thing. So he can like get in there, like grab somebody, take them down, and then do what he wants with them. So I think he's got all this like the tools and the skill set to like be a threat in this weight division, bro. But like this is the next stepping stone with Burns, and I was looking at Burns' record here. Let me go back to it before, because there was a couple things I wanted to point out. Burns' big moment. He's another one of those guys. Like I think Burns, like,
the man's got a sandal in his hand.
Highlight of his. Yeah, I don't know where that came from. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I think the highlight of like Burns' career was his fight against Usman, probably. His road up to the Usman fight, I don't think is that impressive. You might disagree with me because you think everybody's impressive to you, but like he was beating a bum Tyron Woodley. He beat Damian which like Damian Maia's fucking awesome. Like I'm not taking any credit away from Damian Maia, but he's past his prime. You know what I'm saying? Like way past his prime. Damian Maia is so awesome that he's still going out there and cranking out some wins recently. He's fucking amazing. So I won't take anything away from Damian Maia. But, you know, a win against him doesn't really impress me at this point in his career. And then Gunnar Nelson, Aleksei Kuch, I don't know, Mike Davis, Olivier, I don't know who these people are. Like, so he fought all these guys, and then like Tyron Woodley, who's like hasn't thrown a punch in who knows how long. Yep. And then he gets the title fight against Usman. Usman destroys him, and now he won against Stephen Thompson most recently, which is actually probably one of his more impressive victories. Yeah. So you know, he faced the champion and couldn't do it. So, you know, what do you do from there? I guess you keep winning against people like Stephen Thompson. You try to work back. You know, this is a huge fight in itself. Yeah, you beat Khamzat Chimeav. If he beats Khamzat tonight, that could put him back into, like, you know, contention, getting talked about with the Usman fight.
He'll at least fight he'll fight like Colby next or something like that.
Yeah.
He'll have a big fight.
So, you know, Gilbert, they both have a lot to lose in this fight. There's high stakes in this fight. It's very exciting. Khamzat's trying to prove who he is in the UFC right now.
Right.
Burns is trying to like redeem himself from the Usman fight, which, you know, he's on track so far.
Yep.
So, but like Burns needs to fight on. He needs to use some range. He needs to keep moving. That's the thing. He doesn't have it. He can't get tied up with Khamzat, dude.
That's
or
the thing, though. He's gonna. So this is.
But I'll let you take it over from here. I kind of like set it up.
No, everything you said.
I think we're exciting about this, and I think we're gonna see good stuff from Khamzat tonight. So that's exciting.
Everything you said, I agree with. I don't think Gilbert Burns' road up has been the most spectacular. I don't know if you can say he's not deserving of it, because he did have a good fight win streak, and that's in a period where Kamaru Usman was really dominating everybody else. So like it was basically like, who else do we have at that point?
Right.
So.
And it's still happening.
It's still dominating. So it's kind of still in that realm right now. But the thing about Gilbert Burns is, and this is also probably a detriment to the fight that he's got now, because styles make matchups. People think Gilbert Burns is like some sort of knockout, like he's got knockout power.
Artist,
like he's like a powerful individual. I don't see it with him. I think he's got torque because he's a short little stump. But again, his backing, his credentials all come from jiu-jitsu. He's one of the best jiu-jitsu players in the fucking world. You know, this guy's a world champion. This guy has gold medals. This guy, and it's not gi jiu-jitsu either. He's a 2-time gold medalist in no gi jiu-jitsu at the World Championships. Like, this guy's built to grapple in an MMA setting. He really is.
And I'm looking at his record right now. When you made that comment about people think he's like kind of a knockout artist. Yeah. I mean, really, the only thing he has was like
he's got one knockout.
Two KOs in a row back in 2017 and 2018, and then he knocked out Damian Maia in 2020. So
basically beat up an old man.
Maybe people see his like highlights and think he's like knocking people. I don't know.
Probably. And like when Khamzat and Homie got into that little altercation, like on the elevator before the weigh-ins, I guess, or like after the weigh-ins. Like Khamzat was like
Khamzat and who?
Khamzat and Gilbert Burns. They like saw each other. It wasn't like an altercation. It was like they saw each other and they like made a couple of barbs or
like,
whatever.
Hey, what's up, bro? Like,
And Khamzat said, "Show me your power," or like, "You go show me your power," or something like that. And he was like, "I'll show you on Saturday." So it's like, I don't know if he's getting like trapped in this mindset of I'm gonna knock this guy out, but if that's it, like it's gonna be a bad night for him because the numbers just don't.
That's what Khamzat wants. He wants him.
I think he's playing a little bit of.
He's gonna shoot on him. Duh.
He's playing a little.
Or wrap him up or something.
The thing that's so insane about Khamzat is he's basically a fucking middleweight that's fighting at welterweight. Like he's got the ability to drop all this weight and dehydrate himself and fucking come in at 170. That's insanity. He's 6'2", dude. He's 6'2" with a 75-inch reach. This is a big motherfucker.
I love these breed of fighters that take this shit super serious. Like, this is like their fucking religion, bro. Like, they, if they're, you know, he doesn't mess around with his weight, and like they don't fuck around with like the eating and shit. They're on top of that shit. So yeah, I mean, some people do that. Like, they kind of cheat the system a little bit and like drop a bunch of, I don't know.
No, I mean, that's the way it was back in when you had to weigh in, like at the weigh-in. You know what I mean? Like, now you can do it 24 hours in advance and then show up at the ceremonial weigh-in, so it's kind of better. But back in that day, you used to have to just straight dehydrate yourself, and you would come in looking like Conor McGregor trying to make featherweight, just drawn out. You could see the cheekbones. You know what I mean? It's fucking horrible for you. And then like you go drink a shit ton of water or like eat a steak or some shit, and you kind of fluff back up. But like I remember Chael Sonnen, dude, back in the day, when he was fighting at middleweight, he used to walk around 220. This man was cutting like 45 and a half pounds or whatever the fuck it was just to make it that class, which is not good. But again, I understand the advantage that it gives you because you are naturally bigger. But that's what's good about Khamzat right now is he's only 27, so his body can do this. I don't know how long he can do this for.
Yeah, let me pull up Khamzat.
But he can only do this for so long. So by the time he's like in his 30s, he's probably going to be a middleweight for sure. But right now, his body is able to handle these drastic changes that he's going through. And that's a problem for anyone at welterweight, to be honest with you. Everybody at welterweight is going to be smaller than Khamzat Chimeav.
I mean, to be 6'2", 6'2",
6'2", 75 inch reach. This dude is huge, bro, for a welterweight. Humongous. He's 4 inches taller.
Walking around at 170 with 2 inches. I'm 6 feet tall, and I'm like over 200 pounds. Like, you know what I'm saying?
This
Like, and he's 2 inches taller than me and 170. Gotta make 170.
Gotta make it. Yeah, he's a fucking freak, and that's gonna, like you said in the beginning, his length is gonna enable him to be more powerful in the grappling exchanges with Gilbert. The only way I see Gilbert winning this fight is honestly he's got to come up with some sort of snap catch on a fucking Kimura or some shit, or he's got to get like a sweep from underneath and maybe rattle off a rear naked choke. Yeah. There's no way he's beating him in the striking. I don't think. There's just no way.
Yeah, or maybe like reverses him and like locks something in real quick. Like
he's got to show that he's
got to capitalize on any mistake that Khamzat makes.
He's gonna have the longer. He's gonna be open for arm bars because Khamzat's got he's got those long ass arms. The good thing about Khamzat is he hasn't really been inside the guard of anybody yet, so I haven't seen how he plays in terms of when you're in someone's guard, particularly somebody like Gilbert Burns. You got to be aware of so many things. The legs,
where your hands are,
the legs come into play. His hands, where he's sliding you, is he shrimping back, is he on his hip, shit like that. You know what I mean? So
wrist control.
I'd love to see. We haven't seen that from Khamzat, his defense in guard, if you will. So that's like one area that I'm going to be looking for. How does Gilbert attack or not attack when he's in guard? Because if he just lays in fucking guard, Khamzat's gonna fucking bludgeon the shit out of him with hammers.
Dude.
And that if he allows him to do that without attacking, he's gonna get fucked up. But if he grabs a wrist real quick, wraps a fucking leg over, and goes for an armbar, at least he scrambles a little bit, and that's gonna change the position.
I think Gilbert Burns has to do whatever he can to get out. Oh, I think if Gilbert Burns is complacent I don't think Khamzat's looking to. I think Khamzat's looking to end this decisively and make a statement. Yeah. So Gilbert Burns just needs to get out of whatever the fuck Khamzat's doing because it's gonna be dangerous. Like, you cannot be complacent for a second. With Khamzat on top.
You have to be attacking, dude. You have to be attacking. You have to be attacking. You have to be, because if you're not, he's gonna be fucking.
Or trying to stand up or wall walk or whatever the fuck you're trying to do. Like,
you gotta be moving. You cannot try to just hang on with Khamzat Chimeav. You can't do it. So, like I said, I think his length, I think his attributes basically just tell the story here. I mean, he's fucking 8 years younger. He's 4 inches taller. He's 4 inches, got more length on his arm. He's got fucking all finishes, 10-0. He's got like 3 first-round finishes.
It's a scary dude,
He's fought fucking bums, but this is a huge test, and he looks like he can handle this fucking test just based on the length that he has. I mean, I remember Brian Stan talking about Khamzat Chimeav in 2017 before he was even in the fucking UFC. He gave like an interview at like one of those press conferences where they had like before the weigh-ins, and he was talking about there was this guy at MMA All Stars, which is Alexander Gustafsson's
He was like that impressed by him.
He heard everybody in the gym was getting word. Like, basically, like, the gyms, they all talk. All that shit goes, it's like high school, you know what I mean?
Yeah, so, like, this guy's been working everybody, you know
exactly,
what I'm saying?
Exactly. So Brian Stan was like, yeah, I get word that there's this kid And I think he was at 23 at the time. This is a couple years ago, or 20, whatever it was. He was young. He was like, "There's this kid in fucking Sweden," and he didn't even know his name. He didn't know his name. He just heard. He was like, "There's this kid in fucking Sweden who's at Alexander's gym, MMA All Stars, and he's been fucking tearing it up, grappling.
Right.
He's been murdering everybody. So if this guy makes it to the UFC, he's gonna be a fucking problem." And this is the guy. Fucking 4 years later, Khamzat Chimeav has arrived.
There we go.
This is like title contention, Colby Covington contention type of shit, dude. If he beats number 2, and if he beats him soundly, bruh, this guy's got to be going up against Kamaru eventually.
Scary.
And he's gonna be a middleweight.
Can you imagine
he's gonna be a middleweight.
Usman, bro, like,
dude, that's a scary fight for Usman, dude. It's a scary fight.
Yeah,
that's a scary. It depends on what happens.
That'll be cool, dude. That'll be cool. I mean, that's what everybody's hoping for. Let's be honest. That's what everybody wants to see.
And I think Kamaru actually, like, he commented on it. He was like, he's got to show me something. I'm not interested yet. So get
the fuck out.
Dude, Kamaru will be there. I bet Kamaru will be in the audience tonight. This is a huge fucking welterweight fight. So, like, he'll be in the audience, I believe.
Yeah, Khamzat's a special scenario, like a special case where, like, his name has kind of been on the scene for a while. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not like some bozo that just showed up at, like, from, like, Bellator or like an Iris. You know what I'm saying? He's been working motherfuckers for a while.
So. I just said, people heard about him before they even knew who the fuck he was.
I'm just saying.
It's crazy. This guy's got some serious, like, he could be the next big star, you know, in the UFC type vibes about him. If he wants to go, this could be a legitimate guy who holds 2 belts at the same time and defends both of them. Like, he seems like a guy who wants to fucking crush people. He wants to fight. He doesn't want to sit on his fucking laurels like Conor or whoever else. You know what I mean? He wants to fucking fight, and he wants to prove that he's the fucking best. He wants to take them all. Not John. John's already done it, but anyway. John's already done it. But, yeah, I mean, I think the bet that I have right now with this one, just including it, I have a parlay right now. I have Khamzat Chimeav to win by KO or submission. You know, he's going to be getting that finish somehow. You know, that solidifies a finish. I'm not expecting this to go to decision. If it does, then Khamzat probably lost, to be honest with you. But anyway,
what are the odds on that?
Minus 210, but I have it in a parlay right now with Aljamain Sterling and Peter Yan, and I'll round it off when we get to that fight. What my thoughts are on that. But that's my parlay piece right now. It's a 2-leg parlay.
Hey, I like to hear your thoughts because I might put a little like, I just did my taxes. You know what I'm saying?
Like, get some change.
I might have a couple dollars.
Like, have a couple nickels to throw out there. Supersize it.
Chat, do not blow your taxes on gambling,
especially if you have kids.
Seek help. 1-800-GAMBLING.
Get some.
Nah, I'm talking about like $10. When we're talking gambling here, chat, like I got
every bet's under.
I got like $5. I got like $10 over here.
I've made some fucking big ass bets, but yeah, my usual.
No, you're. I'm talking for myself.
Yeah, my top dollar goes past 5, but yeah. He's talking 5. But don't blow your wad on fucking gambling, because the chances are you're gonna.
Dude, this isn't. And don't listen to us either. Please do not.
Do your own research. I'm doing my own research.
Listen to our podcast, but don't listen to our opinions.
Yeah, well, listen to my opinions.
Don't listen to any of our opinions.
Do your research. You know, we'll set the table for you, but you got to eat it. That's all I'm saying.
I don't know. Whatever. Hey, fuck all you guys.
Jesus Christ, man, dude. Gee, chat, you don't want to talk to you like that? Unreal.
I'm sorry, I'm having mood swings. I've had a stomach virus for the past week. I've either been shitting myself or throwing up all fucking week long, bro. All fucking week long.
And he's coming on the podcast to get it done before.
I'm on the podcast. I got a leaky butt, and I'm on the podcast.
This guy's literally pissing blood out of his ass.
Split decision? I'm gonna split my pants here.
This guy. Okay, enough of all that bullshit. The next fucking fight. So we think Khamzat's definitely gonna fucking take out Gilbert Burns. That's just the way it reads.
Yeah, that's what we're hoping. That's what we think. Yeah,
that's what it is. You know, he's bigger, he's younger, he's definitely fucking stronger. Give me some proof that Gilbert can win this fight, and then we'll talk, chat. All right. Other than that, fuck y'all. All right. So here's the next fight. This is my favorite fight on the card, just because he's one of my favorite fighters.
I think mine too.
He's one of my favorite. He's one of my favorite fighters in the UFC. This is going to be Peter Yan taking on, and I'm going to say Peter Yan first because that's the champion. Peter Yan, the champion, taking on Aljamain Sterling, holding a fucking silver belt in their rematch. Now, I know that you have some thoughts on the quote-unquote bum of the night, and I think it may involve one of these guys. So if you want to call it your bum of the night and then get on to a spiel about what we think, let's do it. Bum of the night, brought to you by Trent.
So bum of my night. Bum of my night.
Yeah.
Bum of the night is gonna be Aljamain Sterling because he's a bum, man. He's a chump. Like, I don't like the way he won with their last fight. Like, it was so stupid, and like Aljamain's like, oh, I wasn't acting. Like, bro, I think
and then he's at the club dancing.
Yeah, bro, get the fuck out of here. You were up, and then you were acting, and then you were pretending like, dude, you're not an actor. I could tell you were acting. Like, you're not getting paid to do this shit. Like, and then he drops the belt, and he's like crying. Like, oh, what do I do with it? Get the fuck out of here, bro. You were losing that fight. Yeah, you were losing that fight, and now you're talking all this shit about I dominated Peter Yan for 4 rounds, and then he like illegally kneed me in the head or whatever the fuck you're talking about, dude. Get the fuck out of here. You were getting worked, bro. I'm a Yan fan. I'm on the Yan train. I'm liking this. Aljamain Sterling, you can go suck a bag of dicks because you're not champ, bro. You're a fake champ. You're the first champ to ever become a champ by something like this happening. Think about that. You should have rejected. Yeah, you're the chump champ, the bum champ. Yeah. That's why you're bum of the night, Aljamain. Come at me, bro.
You chump champ, bro. Look, dude.
Chump champ. Yan over here is a stone cold assassin. He's like, he almost gives me like Mirko Krokop vibes. Like, he's just like that stoic like guy that's like coming to kill your ass. You know what I'm saying? Yes. Yeah. I'm excited to see Jan's like kickboxing and his counter punching tonight and attacks, what he has. Those little like trips he was taking Aljo down with. I love seeing those little trips, bro. Like sitting a guy on his ass, especially Aljo. Get on your ass, bitch. You deserve to be on your ass. Like, trip his ass again. Like, I hope to see a redo, if not more aggression from Yan this time, and just like come in here like blasting Aljo. Like,
I don't want him to be angry. I want him to be the exact same.
No, please don't come in emotional.
I want him to be the exact same. Because when he's like he was, like, I just watched that fight back the other day, like, Aljamain Sterling, dude, this is all, the way that he's presenting it, dude, this is all conjecture and bullshit, okay? The stats don't lie, man. You got fucking dominated, okay? Aljamain Sterling is supposed to be the wrestler in this matchup. He was 1 of 17, Chad, against Peter Yan, landing takedowns. 1 of 17, and it came in the first round, I believe, and Peter Yan popped right back up. He grabbed him on the cage, pulled his legs out, Peter Yan popped right back up. Easy. Peter Yan was 7 of 7, Chad, on takedowns.
Yeah.
What is that? You're supposed to be the wrestler here, and you're getting fucking dogged. You're getting dogged, and he wasted all that effort. See, this is something that I want the referees, I would love for this to be explained. I would love for a referee to say this, and this is something that they should think about. Just based off of 1 of 17, you could sit here and tell me that Aljamain Sterling's pressing the action. He's getting into Peter Yan a bit more. But he's 1 of 17. So Peter Yan is defending it well, which I think adds an element to Peter Yan's game to give him points in terms of decisions and things like that. You know what I mean? I don't want to hear this, oh, well, Aljamain was aggressive. He was controlling and he was trying to, instigate it and he was being the aggressor.
Pushing the pace. Sure. He was trying to push the pace.
Sure, yeah. and that's absolutely true. In round one, that is true. In round one,
there's one thing I want to say about this. I just rewatched the fight recently, and I thought that Aljo was looking tired at first, and I thought he was like starting to gas. But then I thought Aljo did a decent job of keeping the energy or the pace like high, like pretty high up there, like with rounds 3 and 4. For as tired as he was acting in the beginning, I thought he was doing a pretty decent job, like staying, active and shit like that.
The thing is, that activity will only work when he's fresh, because he has pop on his strikes. Yeah, it actually is something for Yan to worry about. Like, if you look at round 1, he threw 74 strikes, landed 27 of them. That's a shit percentage. That's 30. That's 39. That's like 36%. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jan landed
1/3.
14 of 21, man. Like he's sniping you. He's keeping his guard up. He's boxing. He's fucking absorbing your punches.
And they were more significant too.
100%.
I remember. Yeah.
100%. And Jan was never rocked. Jan was never hurt, dude. He took
Right.
2 flying knees in that round and fucking just kept his hand up and got right back down low and like kept his position staggered. Let me get on the fence. Let me rock. Let me slip this punch. Let me get underneath him. Whatever the fuck it was. Let me defend this fucking takedown real quick. He was calm, and that's okay because that shows me a championship mentality that he knows this isn't going to be 5 fucking minutes to worry about. We're fighting, dude. This is a 5-round fight. This is a 5-round fight. So in the second round, I mean, you see Aljamain Sterling just completely drop off. His tank just completely went away. I mean, he threw 36 strikes in the second round. So decreased it in half, had to take a break. And I think that's the round where Jan was landing some good takedowns. He definitely knocked him down in the second round. He landed that beautiful straight left, fucking right across his jaw, popped him, put him on the ground. It might have been a right too. I think the way the camera angle was looking. But either way, threw a straight punch, jacked him up, put him down. That's a huge knockdown in the second round. So Peter Yan, the thing is, Aljamain was decreasing. Peter Yan stayed the same. There was never drop off from Peter Yan. There was a significant drop off for Aljamain Sterling. And his other backups, his wrestling was non-fucking existent. Don't give me that shit, So you lost those grappling exchanges. And then in the third round, it's evened out, right? It's fucking 53 strikes for Jan, 58 strikes for Aljamain Sterling, and it's 30-29 landed. So Peter Yan's already taken the fight over at that point. And
the only thing I'd like to see from Jan is to maybe keep away from some of those weird, like, don't get caught up in like some of those like fucking flying knees and flying bullshit that Aljo was throwing. That shit always scares me because if it lands wrong or like something crazy, when you throw a flying knee, there's so much force behind it. Sometimes it just has to clip you wrong. And
he took 2 of them, and
so. Yeah, but land, though. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
I'm not banking on you taking these punches.
Yeah, like so. Hits, don't do that again, Jan. But everything else was great.
Dude, I mean, Jan's a better kickboxer. Jan's a better fucking grappler. I'm not saying he's a better wrestler, but he's a better grappler. Obviously, I mean, he fucking threw you around. Literally threw you around. Backside trips, inside trips. He was looking for anything he could get his fucking legs would basically wrap around. And that's good for Jan because he recognizes that he's the shorter guy. His hips are lower to the fucking ground than Aljamain Sterling's are. So he can get underneath him and manipulate him a little bit easier. Which is, again, championship mentality from Peter Yan, man. That's what you're looking for out of a champion. A guy who recognizes where he's going to be better. A guy who recognizes when he's going to have better leverage. His fulcrums are going to be fucking, in better spots. This guy understands the game on a different level than people like Aljamain Sterling do, I think. Because no champion wants to come out and throw 74 strikes and land 36 of them. That's like Conor McGregor boxing Floyd Mayweather. Like, you're throwing a lot, but they're landing like right here, and they don't have any fucking power on them. You know what I mean? Like you're touching me, and you're wasting my time. You're wasting my time. Punches. Exactly. And that to me is a huge tell. Like I think Aljamain Sterling's gonna come out and try to be a bully again. And that shit just isn't gonna work with a guy like Peter Yan, man. Like he's so calculated, he's so calm, and he's reading.
I think that's his
reading.
Shtick.
I mean, sure, but he's also this wrestler, right? This great wrestler. He's got the best pedigree of the top 5, right? And he's 1 of 17, dude. What is that? 1 of 17. Right. That is fucking dog shit. That is horrible wrestling, dude. You are not doing well.
I don't remember him trying to do 17 takedowns, but
that's because Peter Yan was just like, "Hey, get the fuck off me!" Like, "Hey, this."
I don't remember that. That seems a little high, but hey,
this is right from UFC stats.com. This is right from UFC stats.com. So this is run by those motherfuckers. But anyway, basically, I mean, what you have here is just a more evolved fighter. It seems like he's better with his hands, he's better with his feet. There's zero telegraph amongst this guy, dude. His body kicks, his spinning attacks, dude. There's no wasted motion with him on the feet, man. He's so fluid.
No, he's very calm. No wasted energy.
Yeah. No telegraph.
Like I said, Mirko. He's like Mirko, bro. Like
if he had head kicks like Mirko, that'd be sick. But he's got great body kicks, man. Dude,
no, but the attitude, his presence. His personality. Yeah,
very calm, collected, understands his fucking job, and he's gonna go
killer,
in there and fucking assassin, do it well. Also,
going in there, snipe you.
Also, I mean, he landed 17 of 17 leg kicks, man. That's gonna slow. Dude, wow. he kicked him off his feet. Good. He kicked him off his feet.
Oh yeah.
Landed one and sent him right on his ass, man. This guy's got unbelievable Muay Thai about him. You know what I mean? He's just a fucking phenom, dude. He's only 9th in the world right now in terms of pound for pound, which I think is a bullshit list anyway. But I mean, this guy definitely has the potential to be like for a lighter guy, he's got potential to be like top 5, top 3 pound for pound guy in the world, I think. I mean, he's fucking special. He's very, very, very technically sound and gifted, and that's what I look for in my championship fight. Like my fighters that I like to watch, if they're fucking star-studded animals and they're calm in that fucking cage, I have so much like they draw. I'm drawn to those motherfuckers. Like Peter Yan's just
like
I eat this guy up every time he fights. Like I'm literally sitting there like a little kid, like, oh my god, like, do you see that technique? Or do you see that back trip? Oh my god, you see the way he stuffed his fucking head? You know, he's trying to get off the cage there and just kind of fucking pawed away from him. Like, all that shit, dude, you see from Peter Yan. He understands this sport in just such a way that is almost GSP-esque in terms of his grappling exchanges and how smart he is inside when he's a shorter guy, so he's got to be smart when he's ducking down low, when he's slipping punches and he's taking punches, more importantly. I mean, this guy was eating punches from Aljamain Sterling, who's a big fucking bantamweight. I mean, he's a big dude. And he's eating punches from him like they're fucking nothing. And a guy who's got that calmness about him and is willing to allow that opponent to throw 230 significant strikes, whereas he only answered with 137. This guy, he gets the game on a different level than Aljamain Sterling does, and I just don't think. I think Aljo's head's all fucked up too, because he knows, dude. There's nothing you can't hide this shit, dude. As a fighter, you can't hide from this, because you know when you put your fucking pillow on that and your head on that fucking pillow, you know for sure you didn't win that fucking belt, buddy. You know it's bullshit. You can't run from you can't run from that, man. If you were really hurt, why the fuck you at a club dancing like 30, 40 minutes after the fight, man? What the fuck is that? Get that. When I saw that video, dude, I was sick. I gave Aljo the fucking I gave him
have some honor.
I gave him the benefit of the doubt, dude, because I just wanted the belt take off and all that bullshit. Like, he should have vacated it right on the fucking spot. You know my thoughts on that. But the fact that he was at a club dancing, drinking, having a good time, like he fucking did. Oh my god, dude! Talk about celebrating mediocrity. You know what I mean? That's literally what that is. Win the fucking fight. And this is the thing too, dude. I don't hate Aljo. I just want him to be I want him to be legitimate.
We want you to win the right way.
Want you to be exactly, dude. Then you're the champion. Then you're better than Peter Yan for right now.
And we'll say, okay, so if you win tonight, we'll all shut up. But right now, you're a little bitch and you're a little ass hat.
And it's on you. It's on you. I don't feel bad about this. It's on you. You did this.
Yeah, I don't feel about it. I don't feel bad about it either. I'll call you an ass hat all day long.
Yeah, and
until you show up at my place, and then I'll be like, yes, sir.
I mean, you could still call him an ass hat, and if he hits you, then you fucking sue him for all of his money. There you go. Easy. It's on him. I have nothing to lose. I have nothing to lose.
Take care of the kids. Send the kids to college.
I got a kid who needs a fucking college fund, buddy, so you want to hook it up like Johnny Jones.
All right, so I think we've exhausted this fight.
Nah, I mean, I have this fight as the second tail of my parlay. So, like, obviously the first part of that was Hamzat and KO or submission. The next part of this leg right now, or the next part of this parlay is I have this fight to start round 3, which is minus 330. They went 4 rounds in the first fight. I think Peter Yan's a calm guy. He's not someone who's going to come out there and try to blast him. I think Aljo is, but I already explained the last 10 minutes that I think, you know, the calmness is going to carry him there. You know, I don't think this is going to. This is a fight where they both want to kind of. Not Aljo, but I think Peter.
What's the second?
The second one is for this fight to start round 3.
Okay.
So they have 2 rounds.
That's a good one.
It's a sneaky little guy, but I think.
And what is it like? It's like the odds get less in your favor the more rounds it goes, or some shit.
No. If this fight starts round 3, then I win the bet. It doesn't matter what happens afterwards. The fight just has to hit 5 minutes on round 3. Like, start, fight. You know, like they get off the stool after round 2, and then the guy goes, "All right, fight." I win the fucking bet.
Right.
Yeah.
But what if you do round 2 instead?
Then your odds would be better. You'd be like minus, like, I don't know, 150. But I don't win off that. I don't get anything from that. Mine is for it to start round 3. Round 2 doesn't do shit.
What is this on? What is this on? No, I like this bet.
I know. It's on FanDuel. It's on FanDuel. If you go to if you got to click the fight, and then you got to go to round.
Because I don't see a knockout. I don't see a knockout happening right off the bat.
Neither do I.
I could see one of them getting tired and getting knocked out, or, you know, but these guys are going to be going at it for a couple of rounds. I agree with you there.
Right. So in that, let me see if I can find the other fight just to give the odds of it to start for round 2, which I don't know.
I'll have to look at. I might put some money on that one.
It's a good one. Yeah, I think it's a solid bet. And the parlay comes out to minus 109, which is basically fucking even. Like, that's solid shit.
Yeah.
But time props, fight to start round 2 is minus 750. So they're pretty positive this is going to go at least at least get out of the first round and start the second round.
Oh, damn. Minus 750?
Yeah, it's big.
Yeah, I'd have to parlay something with that.
Yeah. and they're minus 200 to go 4 rounds. So that's still they're 2 for 1 to go fucking 4 rounds, which is good. Start round 5 is minus 138. I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be it's favored to go the distance, I think, but even then it's like at that one weird range where it's like, will the fight go the distance? Yes, dash 108. You know, you're like minus 108. No, dash, or excuse me, minus 114. So it's pretty even either way. I think this goes 3 rounds. I think this at least starts.
Anyways, yeah.
It definitely does. I think Peter Yan's going to want to put a beating on him after the first round. Aljo will come out strong, and Peter Yan will fucking crack him. And then let's just jump right into the last fucking fight. We've been rambling here for fucking 50 minutes. But hey, we finally got something to fucking talk about, chat, so don't fucking give me any shit.
Yeah, back up.
Yeah. All right, so we got, dude. This is a banger too, man. This is what I heard from Dana White.
I'm excited about these fights.
Dana White said that the Khamzat Chimeav fight and Gilbert Burns fight are trending 8 times more than the other 2 fights, the title fights.
Wow,
that's fucking crazy. Yeah, that is fucking
Is that
crazy.
just like, was that just an announcement? Is that just in?
I think he said
Is that like hot news?
Yeah, it's hot news. It's like as of like 8 hours ago. I think he said it on a podcast.
Oh.
Dana White could be bullshitting just to build more hype around this Khamzat guy. But hey, Khamzat. But hey, good for Dana, because no one's going to go, hey, you're lying and you lied about that and now you're fired, because basically he's just the goddamn promoter. So God bless you, Dana. But anyway, like I said, dude, like we said, this is an exciting fight, man. Volk is a fucking stud. I have my own thoughts about the Max Holloway fights.
Volk is somebody that I've recently like kind of gotten into. Like,
he's badass. He is literally not lost in the UFC.
Did it for me. The Ortega fight did it for me. I became a fan after the Ortega fight. I was like, this guy's fun to watch. But here's the big teller with this fight, and we could get in. I don't know how much you want to talk about this fight, but
I love Chance.
I mean, Korean Zombie's always exciting to watch. But he lost to Brian Ortega, and Volk just destroyed Brian Ortega. So I don't know. That's kind of telling right there. Like, Korean Zombie's losing the people that Volk is destroying, and like I said, Korean Zombie might put on an exciting fight. He always throws in like spinning back fists and like unpredictable like kind of striking, and he's always exciting to watch. But Volkanovski's on another fucking level. This man is a wrecking crew. He has 1 loss, and it was like early in his career, I think, right?
It was like his 4th fight.
Yeah. And ever since then, he's been unstoppable. Like I said, in recently with the Brian Ortega fight, he looks amazing. He defeated Max Holloway. I mean, this is a guy defeating who everybody thinks is the best of the best in the world right now. Aldo and Holloway, and those 2 right there. It's crazy. I think Ortega was kind of a step down in talent from Holloway and Aldo. Sure. But, like, he's taking people out right now. Yep. And Chan Sung Jung is another, I think, going to be another name. Like,
we're kind of in that, like, he's beaten everybody, so we'll throw out this guy who just want to fight. Like, we're in that area. You know?
Exactly.
It's very open right now. If you're close to the top 7 in that division and you win 1 fight, you might be fucking 1 fight away from a title fight. You know what I mean? It's right there just because he's destroying everybody. I have my own thoughts about Volk's fights against Max Holloway, but like the fact that it's even close is still very telling to how good he is. Like, it's not a knock that I think Max Holloway beat you the second time around. It's just the way I think it was. It's not like if he didn't fight like shit. I mean, what the fuck? It was like razor thin.
Max Holloway is awesome, dude.
Max Holloway is one of my favorite. Yeah, he's one of my favorites, dude. The Blessed Express. This guy. Yeah, he's a fucking stud, bro. Oh. Yeah, he's unreal, man. But this isn't about Holloway. This is about Volkanovski, all right? But Holloway, get on the card, bitch, and then it'll be about you. But anyway, Volk, dude, man. I have a lot of there's a lot of good things that Volk is good at, to be completely fucking transparent about it. I mean, the dude's a really, really solid boxer. He's a really, really solid kickboxer. The way he utilizes his range, even for a shorter guy, he knows when to sort of dart in and dart out. He's got a very low center of gravity. His grappling is not shit at all either, solely because he is a shorter man. I mean, he can stay underneath people's hips and get his fucking underhooks going. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he's a very, 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 I think, an underrated talent for the majority of his UFC career until he really got into like you know, the Darren Elkins and the Chad Mendez sort of population of the fight world, if you will. And then people started to take a little bit of notice. But this guy was fucking undefeated, or not undefeated, basically undefeated at that time, coming in with fucking, you know, 5 KOs straight, or 5 out of 6 KOs. You know what I mean? Coming off of Australian FC. Those are probably bums, but still pretty. You know, what the fuck?
Corey
you know?
Nelson stole this man's heart.
He's knocking people out. You know what I mean? He's knocking fucking people out. So like, this guy's got hands. This guy's got power. He used to be a fucking rugby player, like I said in the beginning of the podcast. So he's a fucking tough motherfucker.
Rugby players are built different, bro.
Dude, they're wild men. Like that's
they're
sport.
Wild men.
That sport is built for like fucking Vikings.
Wild. You just want to wreck yourself. Like,
it's a fucking insane sport. I don't know shit about it. I know that you have to be big and in shape to fucking play it, and you have no pads.
I feel like you have to be tiny and like you're a little cannonball, like Volk. Yeah, Volk. Exactly.
Yeah, a little cannonball. He's the guy that they throw over the fucking little like scrum.
Oh, you could get the leverage on people and like push. You know what I'm saying? Like,
however you play the sport, play it. I don't know how to play the sport. I would never play it. You could never get me on a rugby field, okay? Not happening, okay? God bless you if you want to be on a rugby field, but dude, this guy played fucking rugby and now he's a mixed martial artist. He's just a tough motherfucker.
Yeah.
The thing that scares me about Volk now, and this isn't like right now, it's gonna come, I think, at some point. He's 33 years old and he's been in 3 absolute wars, his last 3 fights.
Right.
The Brian Ortega fight took a lot out of him. Brian Ortega got his licks in, but again, he brought it back in the later rounds and fucking dominated Ortega. But still, a brutal fight regardless. You know, 5 fucking rounds of Ortega bleeding is tough. Max Holloway's a split decision. That's never going to be a fucking easy fight. He took a lot of punishment, and a lot of people think he lost that fight. The other fight is a decision with Max Holloway. Again, not a fucking easy fight. Aldo, again, not an easy fucking fight. So he's been in some goddamn brouhahas now. It's not like he's walking in here clubbing people over the head and getting out of there with no damage. Like, GSP took almost no damage up until the Carlos Condit fight, right? Like, that's why his longevity was always there. John Jones doesn't really take a lot of damage. Only took damage in the Gustafsson fight. So if this guy wants to carry on and continue doing this shit, like, he's taking fucking damage.
That's crazy, dude.
He's taking fucking damage now.
John Jones only took damage in 1 fight.
Yeah.
That's what pisses me off about all these fighters. You think they'd all band together and be like, hey, collectively, let's do some damage to John. Like, you go in, wreck him with a reckless punch. Yeah, I'll finish him off next fight.
Throw 3 of them in there and see if he comes out alive. Who knows, man? But he fucking... Well, this isn't John Jones. Well, John, when you get on a fucking card, motherfucker, we will talk about you. But other than that...
Pathetic excuse.
Other than that, what's a pathetic excuse?
John Jones.
We'll just glide right by that, chat, because there's just nothing there. So Volko, this is one thing that I'm worried about with Volko, is that he might be starting to accumulate some damage, and eventually that chin's gonna fucking go away. Eventually. I mean, I'm not saying he's doing cocaine and fucking, you know.
Zombie might test it tonight. Dude, we'll see.
Zombie's been in the game for a long. This guy, do you think Zombie is afraid of this individual too? Like, that's another thing. Like, usually you got some swagger coming through. This man left his UFC career to go do the military training academy or whatever the fuck it was in Korea. Took fucking 3 years off and he had to get a fucking rifle in his hand. You know what I mean? You think this guy's afraid of Volk? Hell no. This dude was preparing for fucking war at one point in his life. But anywho, his record comparatively, yes, obviously. The more impressive record is Volk. He's got, you know, almost unblemished, definitely unblemished in his fucking UFC career. And like you said, he's beaten already some of the guys that Chan Sung Jung has lost to. The only thing that I can say for Chan Sung Jung in this fight is, in the jiu-jitsu realm, I think Chan Sung Jung has a little bit of an advantage. I mean, we've seen some wild submissions from him before.
Right.
But it's just, I don't think, it's so hard to submit a guy who's so compact. First of all, his arms aren't going to be long. You know, he's not going to be sticking his arms in like a fucking idiot like Khamzat's got long arms.
Twister, the Darsh choke.
Yeah, I mean, he's got unreal...
You never know what you're going to get out of Zombie, bro. That's why everybody likes him.
Poirier with his Darsh. That's fucking insanity. That's crazy. The Leonard Garcia...
That's awesome.
I mean, Leonard Garcia is a guy who would definitely get Twister just because the guy sucks, but... it's still such an impressive. That was the first time I knew that we've seen a Twister in the UFC. We've seen a couple since, I think. We've at least I know for a fact we've seen one more. But that was the first one you've ever seen. A Twister, that was fucking gnarly. The way he contorted that dude's back. But anywho, Chan Sung has that like element of if I have 5 rounds to work, I might be able to catch him in a scramble and a grappling exchange and maybe latch onto something. You know, anyone's got a guillotine, anyone's got a fucking rear naked choke. These are all easy submissions to pull off. So if he wants to grapple and then maybe catch something in the intermediate, like when they're fucking rolling around, I think that's his best chance. Other than that, I don't really think he's gonna land some big blow that's gonna knock out Volk.
Leonard Garcia.
I just don't. I don't see it. Yeah, Leonard Garcia's a fucking chump. I just don't see him really winning a lot of striking exchanges. I think that's probably where he doesn't want to live. But like you said, man, like I just don't see a way. I don't see a way to bet on Korean Zombie for this fight unless you're just sprinkle like a little bit on, and then maybe pair it with, fucking Mackenzie Dern to win. That way you at least come off with some solid fucking odds. You know,
Yeah.
like if you were gonna pair up fucking Mackenzie Dern to win her fight tonight, I think where is she at? She had some decent odds. It was at least like -200 or some bullshit like that. Okay, -118. That's fucking solid. Yeah, fucking Mackenzie Dern. You want to pair that with Homeboy to win? That's gonna be a fact because he's like +700 or some shit. What is Chen Sung Jung? He's +540. So you want to pair those together and try to make some bread. $5 on that parlay, you're winning 50. You know. Throw $5,
There
you
you
win
go.
50 if you want to win it. That's plus the 1,000 odds. Again,
I might go do that right now. Chat.
Again, it's probably not going to happen. But dude, we just saw fucking Juliana Pena beat Amanda Nunes. You know what I'm saying? Like it's possible here, right? Randy Couture beat a fucking giant. Fucking GSP lost to Matt Serra. This shit happens. Okay, upsets happen in this sport. And there's 3 upsets that are waiting in the wings right now. To earn somebody's. There's some dumbass out there that's got money on all 3 of the underdogs. Some jagaloon who's got money on all 3 of them to win it. And God bless him, but I don't think it's gonna happen. But it's just like, again, sprinkle it on this. You got plus 1,000 odds. Maybe you win some money, maybe you don't. This is a shits and gigs bet. I'm not saying Chen Sung Jung is gonna win. I think Mackenzie Dern's gonna win. Chen Sung Jung's got a fat chance, but hey, fat chance and a fucking punch. There you go.
Hey, let's wrap it up.
Let's wrap this shit up.
So the last to talk about today.
The last thing I want to say is on this hourly podcast. Last thing I want to say.
Oh boy.
There's a guy out there named Henry Cejudo who is chirping Conor McGregor.
Oh god.
What's your interest in those 2 chumps getting in there?
I'm kind of over both of them. Like honestly, like dude, I'm not a big Cejudo fan. Like I think really. he's annoying as fuck. He's
good, but he's annoying, and you retired at 30. Like I don't need you back.
Yeah,
I don't need you back.
He like literally won the belt and then like bounced. Like
he won 2 belts. He won 2 belts and then was like, all right, I'm done with this. He said he wanted to get more money. There's no way you're gonna get more money, dude. It's not your ability, dude. It's your marketability. Like he came out with that new character to try to get some clicks. You know what I mean? And everyone sees right through it. There's no way he's that big a douchebag. There's just no way. There's no way.
Right.
It's worse than Colby. You know what I mean? Colby obviously plays a character.
Yeah, I kind of just can't stand Henry Cejudo. So I don't really like watching him fight. He's more of like he's
annoying as fuck.
I don't know. He's a dumbass, and then like sometimes he.
Dude, I don't know.
And he lost to Joseph Benavidez. Like, what the fuck? Like,
that was
like you're a little bitch, bro. Like, shut up. Like, you lost to Joseph Benavidez. Like,
as a fighter, I think he's
that great.
As a fighter, I think he's very talented. He's a gold medalist in freestyle wrestling in Beijing, and he's a 2-time champion in the UFC. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that I'm over him being in the fucking like media. Like, I'm tired of hearing his fucking name. Like, I don't like you or want to hear from you unless you're fighting because you're a fucking fighter. You know what I'm saying?
I don't want to watch any guy that punched another fighter in the nuts so many times that he had to get taken a point, like, away. Like...
What fight did that happen in? Cejudo? Did he bash someone in the balls?
The Benavidez fight. That's probably why he lost, because he... hit the guy. No, I don't know if he punched him, but he struck him in the groin. Like, he probably kicked him.
Okay, so he didn't just like Okay, so the way you fucking described it was like he like held his leg up.
All right,
was,
I'm
like,
sorry. I'm sorry.
Like, okay, don't.
I tried to make it sound a little like cooler than it was.
If dude, you don't need to put any extra on it. If he fucking slapped him in the balls with a leg kick, all right, just tell me that.
Like a couple times.
All right, fuck him. You know what I mean? But hey, Did Benavidez win a UFC belt? No. Did he win 2? No. This guy won 2 belts, you know what I mean? And beat a fucking EPO juiced up fucking Dillashaw. And I love TJ Dillashaw. But he beat him, fucking knocked him out.
I did love Dillashaw.
So it's like, this is off of it, but like, I'm just tired of hearing his name and not seeing any contracts, you know what I mean? Like, if you want to fight, dude, no one pushed you out. You fucking retired, and now you're coming back in the media and chirping.
I'm sick of hearing this.
Yeah, I'm tired of it too. Like, fight or don't. If you're fighting and you have a contract, then you can be that. I'll put up with your character. I'll put up. I don't like it, but I'll put up with it. If you're not, then shut the fuck up and be your head coach trainer and keep the fuck out of it.
Go fucking retire or whatever the fuck you're
retired.
doing.
Go play golf.
Go have a Capri Sun on your porch with the fucking dog or whatever.
Yeah, get the hell out of here. Leave the people that are fighting alone. And the fact that he's chirping Conor, and I think Conor's got.
I don't give a fuck about Conor either.
I'm not protecting Conor. I don't give a shit. But like, I think Conor wants to come back and fight. So that's why I'm like, why are you even like exchanging? You're not gonna fight Conor. You know what I mean? You're retired. Unless you want to come back and fight Conor, and then that's up to Conor. Conor can pick whoever the fuck he wants to fight. This guy's talking about getting a fucking title shot.
Bro.
Connor's
all talk, and he gets lucky sometimes.
Well, he doesn't get lucky sometimes. He beat the shit out of like fucking 9 people straight, knockouts. Now he's just getting outclassed by everybody who's better than him. It's not lucky. He's getting fucked up. If he fights Kamaru Usman, dead.
Why?
Dead. You have a body.
Why would that happen?
You have a body in the octagon. Because, and I'll tell you why it might happen. Listen to me. Kamaru Usman does not want to fight Khamzat Chimeav. And he doesn't want. Listen to this.
Really?
We're getting on
Dude, I hate it when people are like, "No, dude, listen, and you're champion. You can't cherry pick. No. Fuck you." I love Kamaru. I'm a huge Kamaru fan, but I don't like to hear that. This is breaking news for me.
No. This isn't news. This is my thoughts on how this is gonna go. So if Chimeav wins tonight, he's clearly skyrocketing up the pole to be the next welterweight contender. Kamaru Usman has this choice, and this is his choice. He can either fight Conor McGregor before he gets slaughtered by Chimeav, or possibly gets slaughtered by Chimeav, and make a fucking fat sack of money, because Kamaru Usman is now the pound-for-pound #1 fighter in the world. So he's got the fight credibility, and Conor McGregor has the marketability.
I thought he's a pie, dude.
Goats. I think
Usman is going to be on my GOAT list one day.
I think Usman's the best welterweight I've ever seen, and I'm a GSP guy, but I think Usman's the best welterweight we've ever seen. But regardless, this is all about just how he's positioning it for money for himself. Because the marketability for Usman is that he's the best fighter in the world. If he loses that title, immediately Conor McGregor is going to go, I'm looking for somebody else. I don't need to fight you. Your marketability just dropped. You were the pound for pound for #1. Like, I don't give a fuck now. Conor only wants to make the money. That's clear. Conor wants to make the money.
The fact that fight can even happen,
I know.
They would even entertain that, dude. They need to come up with some kind of regulation, some kind of It's not fair how they just like knocking people up, and this person gets a chance against this guy, and like
it was never like that. It was never like that.
Could you imagine getting punched in the face for a living and like all this stupid shenanigan? This is why I say there has to be some honor in this sport, because people are going out there and putting their lives on the line. Whether we like to talk about that or not, dude, you could get knocked out by one of these punches and get killed or something like that. It's not likely to happen, but you could get fucking rocked. Yeah, well, you know, but like, hey, but Kyle, these people are knocking each other out.
Understand.
It's not good for you. Shit happens. You know what I'm saying? But like, guys are going out there, going to war. It's like gladiator days. Like, they're putting on a show for us. People are willing to get punched in the face for our entertainment. Like, you can't have some dumbass that's going out there treating people like shit. You're hearing about him knocking out old people in bars and like bullshit, and then he's somehow still relevant in the UFC. Like, that's not fair. There has to be some kind of like honor or some like, and there's got to be some kind of like, this person gets this shot and this person gets this shot, and then maybe they do like a fan fight every now and then or something. I don't know. Like,
now you're gonna want to get real worse.
Pride would do.
Conor would win all those votes no matter what, because he has the marketability. He would just do it. He is this fucking sport. You know it and I know it, man. Regardless of whether or not you want to fucking say it.
I can't imagine like
going. Regardless of whether or not you want to say it, Conor's the draw. He's the draw.
I can't imagine being another fighter and being like, oh, Conor gets another fucking title shot. Like, what the fuck is he done? He's lost horribly. This is about performance. Like, we can't make this about...
I don't make it about the outside shit.
How big of the character...
It's about his performance. It's about his performance in the cage, and that's what it should be solely regulated on, okay? How he does it in that cage. He hasn't won a fucking fight in
shit
since Donald Cerrone. He hasn't fucking looked good since Donald Cerrone. He's lost devastatingly.
And even that was not impressive to me. I'm sorry.
You can say what you want. You're a stickler, but like, it was very impressive to beat him in the manner that he did. What I'm saying is, dude, you haven't won a fucking fight since that time, and that was a long time ago. That was years ago, dude. And now you've lost to Dustin twice. devastating fashion both times. Okay, anyone who thinks he was winning either of those fights at any moment is a fucking liar, or they're just a Conor fan. That doesn't bother me at all. Like you can just say what you want. I'm not a Conor hater. I like people that perform in the cage, though. You know what I'm saying? And he hasn't performed lately. So the fact that this guy could even potentially jump the long list of welterweights that are already fucking in that. You know, that are already stacked in there. I mean, like, even the guys like Jorge, like,
that are active in fighting.
Yeah,
you
even
know
the guys
what
like
I'm
Jorge.
saying?
Jorge's probably like 7th in the division or 6th in the division right now. Dude, that guy's earned a spot ahead of this guy who now is jumping the line just to be the champion for one fight and then fucking dump the belt off and go beat up another old guy or whatever Conor does. I don't care. But, like, I agree wholeheartedly that there needs to be some sort of ranking system where it locks the top 3 or the top 4. 4th is like the kickers. It also is tough for the UFC to do some shit like this because you got fighters that are fighting, you know, at different months around the fucking year, and like there's always going to be bullshit with canceled fights.
And then you got people that are skyrocketing, like Kazma, you know.
So it's not an easy fix for the UFC, but this is a clear-cut situation for me. This is a separate situation. This is something that should not be allowed. I don't care if Conor comes back and he's like, oh, I look ripped at 170. Like, no, dude, you have to fight at 170 before you can even you have to win. You don't have to fight at 170, bitch. You need to fucking win a fight
you have to be before you get a title shot. Fighter, like,
you know this. You know this. You
like,
did this. You did this for years. You fought your way to the top. Marcus Brimage, fucking Dustin Poirier on the come up, fucking Dennis, whatever the fuck his name is, Siever, the little short German motherfucker. You were knocking all these people out. You were coming up. You were coming up, and now you're like down, and now you're just like,
what Conor did for the sport is also how he's like affecting it in a bad way. You know what I'm saying? Like, he got all these extra fans and all this extra attention, but then people want to copy like what Conor's doing, and like I don't know, and like
so from
because they allow Conor to come in and do whatever the fuck he wants. So other people are like, oh, let me just get like fucking popular and just like put on some like character or whatever, and then I'll be able to do whatever the fuck I want like Conor. You know what I'm saying? So he's making it more popular and ruining the sport in the like same.
There's a give and take with it, but I think that I think that there's more positivity than not, because while Conor thrives, everybody underneath him makes more money. You don't think Ian Gary wants to be on a fucking Conor McGregor card? More people are going to tune in to watch. More money's going to come through the gate. More merchandise is going to be sold just because of his potential as a marketing piece. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I understand. Yes, I definitely don't like the fact that all this mainstream bullshit has brought in a bunch of fucking scrub fans. That sucks. But again, the sport was always going to get here. We knew this back in the day. The sport was always going to be here eventually. So I think that there's more positives from what Conor's doing. What Conor is doing is very different than what Colby Covington is doing. When Conor was talking shit and like does talk shit, like you literally like that's him. He's an asshole. He wants to talk shit.
Right.
When I see Colby talking shit, I'm like, dude, there's no way you're this big of a fucking scumbag. When I see Henry Cejudo doing it, I'm like, dude, this is fake as fuck, man. This is fucking disgusting. Yeah. When it's real, when it's like a Chael Sonnen or like when it's a Conor or whoever else is a good shit talker, I don't know, Kevin Holland, even though he fucking sucks, but like he means it at least. Like that's what I can appreciate that aspect of them marketing themselves. I can't deal with someone bringing out a fucking long snake and throwing it down on the ground on the way in. Like, get the fuck out of here, man, dude. I'll fucking slap you around.
I would have slapped him with that snake, bro. I swear to God.
Even though Dillashaw got fucking knocked out in that fight, but hey, you know, that's on you, Dillashaw, not on me.
Nah, that was an early stoppage.
Nah, dude, he got fucking cracked. Anyway, we're not here to talk about any of that bullshit. We just scrambled off for like 12 minutes there. Guys, this is Split Decision 4. This is a huge card, man. Like, again, let's run out our bets real quick. You said you got the big 3. You got Khamzat Chimeav to win.
Yeah, all favorites.
You got Jan to win. This guy's fucking playing, you know, he's playing the favorites here. This guy's fucking big better. And you got fucking, what's his face, the third
Dude,
big
this
Volk
is the card to do it, bro.
I mean, if you're going to throw
talked about it, all right, bitch?
If you're going to throw $5 down on, like, minus 100 odds on a 3-leg parlay, like, I think you're kind of wasting your time. You're going to be sweating these bets out for $6. Like, what the fuck?
No, I threw down some.
You don't need to fucking. Yeah. Okay, he threw down more than he should have because he's got the 3 favorites. Right there, you go. So he's got the big 3, and you know that I got my money parlay right now is fucking not Chan Sung Jung. Sorry, it's fucking Khamzat Chimeav and Khamzat Chimeav to finish Burns via KO or sub, and Peter Yan and Aljamain Sterling to at least start the 3rd round, and that parlay comes out to minus 109. So those are some pretty even odds. But that's episode 4. Those are the fucking fights tonight. They're gonna be some fucking big ass fights. You guys need to sit down and get a beer, watch them, smoke it up, whatever the fuck you guys gotta do.
Yeah, I hope you enjoyed our ramblings.
Get settled in because this is a Split Decision and we're out.